here, so that's why I've set up a pop-out chat. All right, so he updated the thing. My picture's on there. His picture's on there.
Why?
Chico and Mark's picture are not on there.
Why is...
But I can type something.
There's chat.
Yep.
Oh, God. This is fucking driving me insane.
It's because it was the BattleTech cast.
And when Coach finally can, like, when we can finally hear him, he's going to probably be really loud because he's really angry. I can see that. Hey, Jacob, can you tell us who you can hear? Because
Jacob.
He says we have contact.
But where's the chat?
Huh? Which one? Oh, no. Oh, see, Jacob can hear Coach, me, and Mark. So live can apparently hear Coach, but we can't hear Coach? That's annoying and weird.
Freaky. It says my live chat is unavailable, but my group chat's fine.
Yeah, that's why I've just opened up. I went on YouTube just to see and make sure people were there and who could hear us. Yeah, Jacob's there. Sir George is there. Can I do anything to Coach's show controls, post picture, cast, show controls? Burning it all down. Oh, no.
I am not coming through my Yeti?
No, that sounds pretty hollow.
Oh, let's try this. Is that better?
Our chat's working, and I think our live is coming back. Like in the
Test 1 2. Test 1 2 3. No change.
No change.
The fuck is that? No change.
Oh God. Can you double check what setting you have it on? Which one are you using? Is it Cardioid?
Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test.
No.
Test. It says microphone, Yeti, stereo. Styrofoam. I wonder if it's still on like a voice meter thingy. Because here.
Yeah, I hear all that rustling, so it sounds like it's...
Does it sound like it's coming through this one? Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking A. Okay.
Uncle Mark, start talking a bit. I want to Jacob make sure he can hear people.
Hey, can you hear me okay? This is Uncle Mark. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, on all ships at sea.
Test? Nope. That's bad. There. That's there. Is that better?
I think it's
Yeah, no, it's not.
still the headphones.
Wait, Lightstream Google is using your microphone. Why the fuck is Lightstream? Okay.
So double check that and make sure it's on the right one.
Yep. Allows apps to access your microphone.
Oh. So guess what? Now when Coach talks, there's nothing. Oh, he's muted though. I see a little mute thing on his corner. Double check and make sure you're muted. Because I see on your screen in our chat thing, you have a red mute.
Right up there. I'm pointing at it. It's right here.
It's right
You're welcome.
here for me.
Right here.
Yep. There. I wonder if he's having weird things happening with his Yeti or something. Because like, When he had it
I
on
mean,
his headphones before, it was fine.
I brought
granted,
up.
It's still showing him muted, at least in our viewport window.
Oh, wait a minute. Is it your mic?
Check the Yeti app and not the Yeti app. Check the Lightstream app. Make sure you don't have mute on, because it's at least according to Lightstream, it's showing you are muted.
Coach, it needs to look like this.
No, he's fine.
This is working.
Also, at least for now, it's a giant picture of Coach with me in the top corner. The live stream. So, Coach, I'm about to mute my mic. If you look at my screen, it should have like a little red mute.
And there's a little red thing out right there.
Oh,
Coach is unmuted.
is gone.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like I'm coming through my Yeti microphone.
So why is the Yeti auto muting him? That's weird.
Because I have it linked to my Yeti. It's fucking linked to my Yeti.
I
Wait a
meter.
minute. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Okay, if I do that, okay, that's my Logitech. This is this thing right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I go on over and I go to my Yeti, right? So I should be doing this right here, but it still sounds like it's coming from that, doesn't it?
Yeah. Is the Yeti?
I'm doing it on the lower
lights. Is it Lightstream?
It's on the Lightstream microphone here. It says active microphone Yeti stereo microphone.
Yeah.
And on my computer settings, it says input. Oh, I wonder.
Is his webcam attached to the?
Oh no, we're gonna straight up camera picture.
He's
this
gonna
baby.
take a picture of it. Okay.
Camera picture, yes, baby.
We have the technology.
We have.
Sir, Sir George says, unplug the Yeti and plug it back in.
If that fucking works,
do it. If you haven't done it, you should do it.
Fuck you guys. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. No, no. Work, you fucker. Work.
Are you sending me that picture?
I sent it into. Oop, there we go. Sent it into the group chat. Test.
Okay.
1 2.
So,
test.
Microphone. So, by the way,
you sound like you're talking out of the back of your head.
You need to add. Jesus. You need to add Chico's microphone to Audio Mixer if you want the live stream to hear him.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
And his camera, like both those things.
I got it. Here.
You also need to add Uncle Mark's webcam.
Boom.
Okay,
can everybody hear each other?
I mean, we can all hear, but like, it's more of.
I can hear everybody.
Did you add him into the scene and hit like send to live or whatever?
Oh, what did I just do?
Okay. So looking at his picture, like Coach does have microphone, Yeti, stereo, microphone. Coach, can you bring up the like options menu and then take a picture of what else you got in there? When you click on the up-down arrow next to your microphone options, what's in the box? What's in the box?
If only you had like a live camera that could capture motion and send it across the web like a web cam kind of thing.
You mean like a screen share?
Or anything other than taking a picture. Why don't you get out your Polaroid so you can sit there? That might take longer.
All right, and the one you're on now is microphone Yeti stereo microphone, right? Okay. Have you tried the voice meter? No, I can't hear you. Have you tried the option for the voice meter output since you have voice meter on your
Maybe voice meter is completely controlling the Yeti's output, so you have to have voice meter on.
We
And
can't
maybe
hear
voice meter shut down like it did for you, Chico. I just bring voice meter up automatically.
It looks like he's got a few voice meter outputs. There's voice meter output and voice meter aux output. Which one should he use, Chico? Try both.
Oh, God, I forget which one.
Do you have another headset? No, turn it back on. Turn it back on, please. Oh God. Nope.
Oh man, we lost it all. We lost it all. He gone. He gone. Oh, okay. Yeah, when you turn that shit off, it gets like a super whine.
Yeah. Yeah. So what if you turn off your headset, delete your audio mix, make sure your audio is
your
set.
headset is completely taking over.
Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, delete your microphone, set it to Yeti, turn it back on.
This is all an elaborate ploy for us to take over the podcast. Someday we will become Michiana X-Wing. Right?
Yes. Nope, can't hear you, Coach.
I'm just trying to go for Methuselah X-Wing.
Well, Uncle Mark, at least this week it wasn't you.
I guess not.
Hey, you've been pretty steady this whole time.
Yeah, but I've got minimal uplink on the 4G LTE, but it's holding up.
Yeah, you're not breaking up or anything yet.
If we've got Uncle Mark, it's still OCX to me.
Oh, that's savage. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it works.
Wait, what?
It's good. It's the microphone.
Can you not hear us?
Yeah, it's the microphone. It's good. Yeah.
I can hear.
Yes.
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 We got it.
Yes.
How'd you do that? What'd you do?
There you go.
This calls for a beer.
You are an IT specialist. I'm getting a beer.
Oh, wait. Can the live? Hold on. We can hear you. I know that's the other part right now. I'm seeing people. Oh, oh, yeah. Don't forget to scroll down and get rid of stuff that's unused. Whatever. Well, let's wait till everyone gets back, and then everyone will talk, and you'll see the bars move, and get rid of the bars that don't move. Yeah, don't delete those. Yes. It's like Russian roulette. Is the default microphone your Yeti on your computer? Oh, well, then then you should be safe, right? Yes, 100%.
Yes.
The chat can't hear you, but I think try push to live real quick. Send to live. Send to live.
Here we go.
All right.
Now
Send to
you'll
live.
be fine.
Keep talking. Make sure they can
We'll
hear
be fine.
you.
Now
I
the
don't care
problem
how
is,
many voice meters there are, as long as they can hear you and we can hear you.
now the problem is, am I going to be echoey?
You're not. You're fine. Oh,
Well,
they can hear
You're
you.
fine.
Yes,
They
they can hear me
fine.
now. Oh, I know. I pushed that shit to live.
Send the button. Send the button.
Okay.
All right. Chat, are there any echoes?
No, sounds good.
No.
I almost just
Fuck it.
lost all the whiskey.
Then fuck it, we're leaving it.
Jacob says it's a bit echoey. Can
It is,
anyone,
okay.
Can anyone hear my fish tank? Because apparently Lightstream catches that.
Robot voice.
I do. I have not heard the fish tank.
Okay, last week apparently, like people were like, "Yeah, I think you can hear the fish tank."
Yeah.
Here, I'll figure it out right now. Okay, I'm gonna mute this.
Don't
Don't
touch
touch
anything.
anything.
Don't touch nothing.
No, I'm just gonna mute this because
Don't touch anything. We don't
if
know where it breaks.
if they're getting audio through this and I mute it,
Okay, go ahead.
see? Huh?
I don't believe you, but
Test 1, 2.
crap. We
No,
can't
you're-
hear.
oh.
No, you're.
Nah, it's coming through both of them.
I realized at that last second when
It's all
Chico
through
said
the-
crap, he was trying to mess with them. And I was like, "Wait, I can stop. I can do it too."
Wait, you muted your headset and it stopped the output to YouTube? Because we could still hear you.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
You can. Okay.
Yes.
I was just fucking with you before.
But I'm getting bars on both of the microphones still, so I don't know which one.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Well,
Let it go.
They said it's like a robot voice in there though.
Robot.
Not to me anymore.
Well,
All
no,
right.
because I have 2 audio things. I'm gonna
All
delete one. Fuck
Pick
it. I'm gonna
one.
delete one.
Pick one.
Chat 1 for microphone Yeti,
No.
or 2
No.
for default microphone.
You're actually giving it to the chat, and they're going to just say
No.
2. But you realize if 2 kills Coach, we could be in this for another half hour.
2 done.
How
Test
soon
1,
can I
2.
leave?
Test.
You're good. I can
Test
hear
1,
you.
2.
All right. I can hear Coach. Is Coach echoey? Chat.
Are we
Respond.
echoey?
I mean, you're not echoey to me. It's just
This is
down.
still on mute.
actually.
Nope. Now it is.
Nothing has changed to us.
Now
All
it
right.
sounds fantastic.
They all said it's fine, fantastic, finally working. We did it. Make Coach hit the send to
technology,
live.
baby.
Coach, hit the send to live button.
Send a live. Send a live. I'm sorry. That's gonna piss me off. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
If it's bold orange, just press it. All right, we did it.
Alrighty, guys, it's been good seeing you. I'm going to take off. And I'm kidding. I'll stick around for a while. You said you got a hard cap at like 11:30.
Hard cap at 11:30, guys.
I can do that.
That's
12.
our new thing.
Is
I mean,
12
assuming you
12:30
actually want
Eastern.
me on here.
12:30 Eastern.
I don't want to be like that guy who invites himself.
This is like the longest time I've like sat and talked to you in like a year and a half. Maybe not. Close enough though.
We'll get there by the end of the night.
Whew. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. So, for those of you in the green room and in the before we actually start this shit show, we are putting a strong hard cap time. We have to be done by 11:30, and I mean by done, I mean I am hitting end stream. We're gonna be done because my Thursday mornings suck balls when I'm on this show.
Amen.
Chat and people, what do you think of all of us on screen at once?
How about this Brady Bunch motherfucker going on? This is great. I love this.
Scares the hell out of me.
I need to talk to my lawyer and get myself bigger. Because this isn't
Jeez.
right. This little square cannot hold my ego.
Oh well, hell! Wait till Gordon shows up.
Oh man.
Oh, he's not showing up, is he?
No, I don't think so.
I didn't install him.
All right, time to share.
Can I
this.
skip mandatory game steps? No.
No.
No, if my opponent doesn't notice. Just sure, you're allowed to cheat if your opponent doesn't notice. I mean, whatever.
But if the
You
judge
know,
notices,
but if anybody does notice,
Stop
get
it,
wrecked.
Tommy.
That fucking douchebag like totally ruined all my show notes because I have to take something out of the show notes to get that guy in.
Get what guy? Me?
your ethics and questions guy because that
Jesus.
went on way too long.
Holy crap! Like, I mean, I can TLDR it. You're allowed to concede at any time for any reason as long as you don't talk to your opponent about it. Done. That is legal. If you want to discuss the ethics of certain scenarios, fine. That is a whole different question. And I don't care. I don't. End.
I blame Tommy.
Fly
Yeah,
Better,
thank you.
X-Wing Podcast Central, Crate. Am I missing anywhere else this needs to go to? No? Okay.
Wait, this isn't good. Like for the first time in probably 3 months, I'm going to play X-Wing on Friday, and they're going to see me on here and say, "You're a podcaster now," and try to table me. Because that's CAC.
Let 'em.
I conceded like after a first round of combat, and the guy was like, "I tabled you. You're a podcaster." I was like, "Nope, quit weeks ago."
You can just say you were a guest and it doesn't count.
Sure.
I mean, you make the rules. Just bully him.
That's right.
Oh,
I am
wait.
the law.
Gordon. Gordon is here.
I blame Tommy.
Hi, Gordon.
Hi,
One day-
secondary Chris Brown.
One day, one day, Gordon will be part of the Brady Bunch.
But he'll want to be in the center.
What do we? How do we dub this? OCX Bunch, Coaches Bunch, Drunken Bunch, Drunken Bunch. I like the Drunken Bunch.
Ooh,
Chico's Grand Comeback Tour, a podcast with Chico and only Chico, the important one. That's what we should call it.
Coach, what you eating?
Did I ever mention how humble I am?
Oh, the burger is probably from your place right there, I assume.
I once
no.
got an award for being humble. It was a humble button.
The shady
They took it
bunch.
away. They took it away because I wore it.
Hey, Kempers is here. Hi, Kempers.
Kempers, you coming to Muncie?
And Andy, Adam.
The Burrito
Andy.
Bunch.
How long is our delay?
30 seconds, I think.
Oh, that's awful.
It's always been that way.
so long.
YouTube is probably a little longer than Twitch, yeah. Coach, you fill yourself up a little much? I think he's kept himself muted for now.
Time to go for a run.
Oh man. Okay, so he added gyros to the menu.
Oh boy.
Oh, they're so good. But I eat them so fast. It's just like
Probably not
Stop.
the best idea.
breathe.
Is this next door?
Do you get your
Yeah.
sweetheart to cook them?
No. No, she'll be walking through again probably tonight. I will be on much better behavior than last time.
Probably
That was bad.
pretty good idea. Yeah.
Did you not realize what you were doing until like you
No.
watched it later?
No, not a clue. That was. I had a lot of whiskeys.
Aren't you glad you deleted that YouTube vid?
Super glad. There were better reasons, but I mean that was
Walk
maybe
into the
like
podcast
one
with
of
what's
them.
his name and a camera going, why don't you have a seat? Why don't you have a seat over here? We need to talk about this.
Whew. Yeah, that was a.
What did I miss?
Oh, you missed.
Nothing.
Oh,
You missed.
Nothing
Yeah.
at all. Nothing.
So, do we want to do like a true Brady? Oh, we need another person on here to do a true Brady brunch.
I think
Gordon!
it's fine.
No.
Like if we add
do
another person,
not add another person.
Yeah.
We will fuck
it
this up.
complicates things. Let's just
All right, hold on. I
I
gotta add
can't wait
one
for the
thing.
next town hall. Like,
oh,
holy
the-
shit.
surprisingly, the town hall, like with the way this controls, has really good way to do it. Like you can just add people when you want, and they can just sit there in their little like off to the side. You're in here, but we'll add you to the scene when we want you.
Right, but trying to on the fly swap people.
I feel like I'll be in charge of that one.
There we go.
No
Oh.
faith.
Let's add the image here. There we go.
No beer count. Oh, we can do other things. Oh man.
Oh, dude, I can do all kinds of shit.
What are you doing?
What?
Oh,
Chat. What do you want statistics of?
oh, that's a good
Ooh.
one.
That's a good
Statistic of the night. Hi, cat.
one. How many times does someone need to be told that Chico Brown is a judge?
Whoa. There is no official documentation on that. You have no idea if I'm telling the truth.
This is gonna drive me insane.
See, now
Never mind.
whenever my cat shows up, you don't have to display screen. She's just there.
Agreed.
We're a
We count.
podcast. Happy podcast. Come on, Jacob. Keep going.
There we go. All right, to kick off this baby. Now that I'm back off my vacation, Thweek, everyone. Cheers.
Crap.
Oh,
Why am I here?
We really need to pick a new pilot.
No.
he's coming back. Just wait. He's coming back. He'll be fine.
Don't call it a comeback.
Don't call it a comeback. See, that's the other thing I need to learn how to do is add like audio through the deal. Okay, I've got to find the
You just
show.
do that through voice meter. Don't touch that right now.
Oh, yeah. Not touching anything right now. Show notes. All right, everybody ready?
Oh, wait, we had show notes.
You know what I
I
love about
actually-
this thing? The
I actually have
timestamps is right.
It's
there.
right in the corner. Yeah,
It's-
you can't mess it up.
Fucking fantastic.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, you fucking jinxed it, Topsky. You fucking jinxed it.
Oh man, I don't remember the last time we had show notes. Holy shit!
Right?
Can you
A
call
whole
those
new
show
day.
notes?
Not
Really, they exist.
There is a document.
There's a document.
He just wants to try to get the opening right.
Yes.
There is a document. Oh, 27 minutes. Let's make it. Good morning, X-Wing. Hey, this is not a test. This is OCX Radio. Time to rock it from the Delta Pilot to the 4BZ. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the OCX Radio podcast, broadcasting from the OCX studios in beautiful downtown Orange City, Iowa. My name is Aaron the Coach, and joining with me is none other than the ace of legend, Ryan on Topsky.
I feel so enlightened today by this new stream. Get it?
Who says we don't know how to do technology? Ryan Farmer.
Yeah, we don't blame the crates.
Yeah. Damn crates and their
Crates
no good
blame us for
thing.
getting them drunk.
Anyway, 487 miles to my left, or in the new stream directly. Gotta get the stream output to my left. right? Who cares? Uncle Mark Tippett.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, all ships at sea. We're back.
And I'm not the only one back from my sabbatical. None other than the law. I am the law. Chris Chico Brown.
Legal to look at and touch.
Ooh.
Then why
No,
was
I
you
don't-
at Gen Con?
I don't think you're dolphin baby smooth like D Yoon, but you know, I don't think touching you is gonna be any less fun.
More like a Brillo pad.
Chico Brillo pads sold at Walmart for $9.99.
I'm in. I'm
Oh,
so
Lord.
in.
Why Walmart?
As seen on TV. But wait, there's more.
I don't know what more there is. I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, I bet there's more once you follow down the Brillo patch.
Wait.
I'm out.
Welcome
Ladies
back,
and
everyone.
everyone, welcome,
OCX.
ladies and gentlemen, the OCX Radio Podcast, the one, the only, the greatest podcast that has ever lived. Because if you're ever bored on this podcast, please let me know, because that is my number one thing that I will never, ever, ever let happen on this show.
Who can be bored? It's the best way to end your Wednesday. You're here.
It's fucking
People who
hump
aren't here
day.
need to be here.
I'll say
Otherwise they
I
miss-
sure as hell didn't take a break because I was too bored on this podcast.
Oh yeah, no, it's the only podcast known to existence where people literally have to take a break just because they can't handle it anymore.
True story.
Oh boy. Well, X-Wing listeners and lovers of the alcoholic beverage known as alcohol. I am first of all thrilled to be back. I had a lot of stuff going on. My sabbatical is over. We are in full-fledged OCX, back to the norm, but there's going to be a couple of changes. I have show notes, and we have a hard cut date time that we're going to end at. So we're going to try to get in all the fun stuff in, I don't know, 2.5 hours.
And the hard cut date is August 14th.
August 14th.
2019.
We're done. We're fucking done.
Been nice knowing y'all.
I just meant for this episode, but if we're going out like that, I mean, whoa.
Oh yeah, no, hard date is definitely August 14th. Preferably a half hour central time before August 14th ends. Mark, what do you want? What's going on here? Are you just
I'm just playing. I'm just
He's-
playing.
He's
Some
bouncing the ball like it's a fucking sing along.
like it's a goddamn karaoke song? Like, hello, coach.
I'm playing Pong. Don't mind me.
Oh,
He's sitting there
boy.
like, good morning, X-Wing. This is not a-
Do. All right. Well, you know what, guys? According to the show notes, we have one thing to get off our minds is Gen Con experiences. Now, sadly, Chico didn't make it to Gen Con,
But I have things.
but he has Gen Con experiences.
I do. Do you want me to go first?
I think we're going to have the guy who didn't go to Gen Con have his Gen Con experiences first. I think
Okay.
that only seems fair.
So I have something that needs to go out to FFG, and more specifically, this is my ode to a poor dying friend. You know, probably less of a friend and more of an enemy. That terrible, awful piece of crap, Tom.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
I know where this is going.
Wait.
Goodbye, you piece of shit. Because Gen Con was controlled by motherfucking Cryodex.
Do we have a screen share? Can you screen share on this motherfucker? Can you do the picture? We have the picture.
And you can just go to the Cryodex Facebook page. It's right there.
Cryodex has a Facebook page.
Hell yeah, I have a Facebook page.
Oh, you do. Hold on. We're
You
gonna
can probably
this.
take the picture and add it into this scene, and then just put it in the middle of our bunch.
Oh, there it is, right there. Boom.
Tommy's saying it ran by an outdated Cryodex. It was outdated by a week and a half.
Even outdated, it's better dated than Tome.
So was that some solid trombone mouthpiece?
Right there, ladies and
Music.
gentlemen.
Wait,
Some good
make
stuff.
sure it's somewhere on the screen and send to live.
Send a live. There we go. All right, there it is. For all of you beautiful people to see. I don't know how I can.
Yeah, that is Wade Pache frantically trying to cover up the screen with a piece of paper so that we can't see that it is definitely Cryodex behind that piece of paper.
Yep.
It's
Look at his face. He's so
He
angry.
looks so
sad.
Was it because we went to 7 rounds? Is that what?
He made that final decision,
no.
by the way.
No, I'm sure Tom could have handled it just fine. Well, fine-ish. I'm sure it would have crashed at some round eventually.
Oh, we would have been there later, and Coach would have been alone for longer at the bar.
Yeah,
Future story.
So to piggyback on it, it was like there was a bet, there was a wager. Like, Coach, if you can get a picture of Cryodex on their computer, he gets to be on the show no matter when I just deem him on the show and he has to show up. And then chat took it over. The fucking groupies just one up me. It took me all of 10 minutes to walk from where I was to where Wade was, and it was already done.
Yep. And that picture was actually done by the marshal.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so to actually give some kudos to FFG, a couple of things that they did super right. I'm not going to say switching over to Cryodex was a great decision, which I'm a little biased, so of course I think it is. But Michael Juras was the marshal, which Juras is an excellent judge. I've worked with him a whole lot. I communicate with him constantly. They made him the marshal instead of using a developer, which those developers, they're constantly just talking to people. That's all they want to do. They want to talk to people and talk about their game because that's what they enjoy doing. So let them do that and leave the judging to the people who obsess about it way too much. So they did that. And also, I've been harping on them to hook up judges with better judge swag for a long time. And they did at Gencon. The judges, I don't know about all of them. Like I said, I talked to Juras a lot. He got one of those template sets with the template holder and everything below it.
Oh,
so
the Time Matter one?
They hooked him the fuck up.
Did the judges get to pick the faction that they wanted to have the trays of?
Juras got to,
Cool.
though he wanted scum, but one of their scum ones broke. So they didn't have an extra scum. So he took Rebel, but he was super happy with that. So, kudos to FFG for making changes. And it actually gives me hope that, I'll judge in the future again. I right after the event, I sent a message to Matt Holland saying, hey, thanks for doing all this. I know I've been an asshole for a while, but you guys are making changes and that's awesome. Let me know if Worlds is still on the table. And then I checked, and that weekend is my wedding anniversary, and I already have a vacation planned, so I'm not going to Worlds anyway. So, fucking hell.
Oh, your wedding anniversary is really close to mine and my wife's. Mine's the weekend after.
Your wedding anniversary is on probably a Friday or Saturday.
Friday?
Yeah, you still got Wednesday and Thursday. You're fine.
Jesus. Yeah, not happening.
Playing day.
Yes.
So that's all I got.
To piggyback on that one, huge kudos to all of the judging crew. It was Tim Dugan and it was Marshall.
Michael Juras
Michael Juras. There you go.
and
Wade and
Ryan Fisher.
Ryan Fisher. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
That's right.
Oh man. So I got yelled at by Dion at one point because one of the guys on stream had a crit and he never put his crit token down. So I sent a message to Juras saying, "Hey, you ought to go over and troll him to put his crit token on." You know, just being obnoxious. And Juras knew I was trying to be obnoxious. And it was it was one of the crates was on, and like he's the one who forgot his token. So I'm like, go troll a crate, have some fun. he goes over and says something to Dion, and Dion's like, who the hell mentioned that? Like, how did you know that? It was like, oh, so somebody messaged me. So he gets up on the stream, not realizing it was me talking to Juras. It's like, you know. And he's like, "Hey guys, don't be texting judges." And I'm like, oh, come on! It's like, it's like that judge texts me more than I text him. That
he's streaming and he's telling people what to do. Like,
well.
So
I mean, you're not supposed to be like interfering with the event. You're really not supposed to be.
In Dion's defense, if he's trying to save his stream and his ability to continue doing this, he can't be a reason why some game states or things are messed with, fixed, whatever, because his audience is taking the liberties that I think by floor rules are not supposed to anyway.
You just
Or like the whole situation
on that
where
whole X-Wing famous thing, didn't you? Like, I'm X-Wing famous. I can text judges whenever I want to.
me and Juras bounced questions off of each other that whole week. He'd send me something, I'd help him look it up, and
God
so
damn,
I was there helping.
I was helping.
I'm sitting there at work with like all of my X-Wing documents open, and, you know, just waiting for something. So, oh man.
Well, that was a very interesting Gen Con experience. Thank you for sharing that, Chico. Let's go with. I know Mark's got a lot, so let's go with Topsky.
Oh, right.
I mean, we're gonna go into Topsky's run because he was the only one that really made it.
Yeah, that should be quick.
No offense, Mark, but non-X-Wing stuff. Topsky, what do you got?
Okay, non-X-Wing stuff first. So, my wife and I invited her brother and her dad to Gen Con. They hadn't been before. They came this year. They're super excited. Her brother, who's Kyle, he dressed up as Darth Revan. Got a ton of people who want to take pictures with him.
Dude, is that him?
Yeah.
Like the Darth Revan that everyone took pictures of?
So there were two Darth Revans in the event that I saw. One was him. He had the one red lightsaber, and then the other Darth Revan that we also found later that he crossed sabers with was one with a red saber and a purple saber. That was not him.
Oh yeah, no, the dude with the one saber was. Oh, he would. Kudos! Oh, I didn't know that. I was like,
yeah.
I high-fived him.
Yeah, that's that. That is my brother-in-law.
You should tell him he got a high five from Coach.
Sweet Jesus. He'll be like, whatever.
Be like, sure.
And Uncle Mark asked him if he survived his accident.
Yeah, he had a ton of pictures. He also, he had to take it off every once in a while. It's just hot. Gen Con second year. My wife brought cookies again for people who had the chance to have them. Uncle Mark looks very happy about that.
I got the last cookie.
Did you really? Well,
I
for
did.
one of the days.
Well,
2 days.
Friday, I think I got the last cookie.
The first day.
It
Yeah.
was
Let
in
him
front
have
of
his excitement. He got the last cookie.
It was in front of the Gold Squadron. I was like, oh shit, last cookie. I almost ruined the entire stream because I dove for it.
Matt Carey apparently.
Why
had
am
the
I
last
not
cookie
surprised
of the,
one bit?
of the second day? So one interesting thing we did this year, because we didn't schedule a bunch of events like last year. We scheduled a bunch of stuff to like go to panels. I mean, I didn't play X-Wing last year in the North American Champ. This year I did. But we did the Indianapolis Catacomb tour. So it's actually kind of cool. It's like $18 per person. It's not bad. You basically meet up still at the convention center. Then you kind of walk your way towards the market area, or the old school market area where it's above. So on your way there, the tour guide tells you about the Capitol, the center circle with the monument, which is actually really cool. Another part of it is like knowing what that cool spire monument is. It's dedicated to no specific war, single person or general. It's dedicated to the average soldier. And it just depicts sculptures on that statue of that, and a ton of historical stuff on it. Catch a couple of historical things on the way there, and then you go into this underground. They call it catacombs, but it's really just the underground area underneath the old historical marketplace that they had there. That and convention, like first Indianapolis Convention Center was on that area too, and eventually it burned down, but the lower part of it was still there. And someone wanted to start a restaurant underground, which had tons of code issues. They were going to call it the catacombs, so they just dubbed that specific underground the Indianapolis Catacombs. So it's just a cool tour. It's not like tombs or anything. It's just a lot of support structures underneath an area that's been reused. So
yeah, because that would have been significantly more code violations.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, make sure whenever you go to Gencon, besides just the games that you're already interested in, like check out some of the local stuff. There's some cool things.
Fun fact: Indianapolis is still one of the last cities that some parts of it are still powered by Steam.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
If you're out really, really late, which not everybody is, you can see Steam rising up. Like it's crazy. All the street, like old downtown, all the fucking Steam is just coming out of the vents like crazy. It's really cool.
Yeah.
If you can remember it.
Food places.
And I thought that was just a breath of hobos.
Well, there's a lot of those too.
We once again went to Permani Brothers, where we met up with Coach actually when I picked up my jersey there.
Took us forever to find you.
Yeah, well, we went to the Ram again. Still didn't eat any of the food trucks. I think it's just it's always
overrated.
massive lines. And yeah, like I like the idea of food trucks, but price wise and what you get is kind of high to what you get at least these
really
days.
Expensive.
Yeah. And then we tried this place called Rock Bottom Bar Grill.
Oh,
is by
yeah, they're good.
Structure we went to. That was good too.
Yeah.
So that's all the non-X-Wing stuff, mostly just a lot of walking, which was good because I definitely was not on my diet the entire time. So I just walked all of it off that probably needed to. So
you forgot like our completely random meeting in the vendor hall, which I literally walked right past you and your wife, and you're like, Coach. I'm like, oh my God, who?
Oh
what?
yeah. I'm tall. Where are you people?
That was one of the highlights of my weekend. Not just meeting you, but just like being able to go through the vendor hall. That was awesome. And we were on the outskirts, so I know you went through all of it like I did.
Yeah. Well, this year, like me and my wife had already, like last year, we had gone through everything. We assumed most of the places were very similar, so we just kind of let Kyle and her dad just wherever you want to go, just go. Like whatever direction you guys lead, whatever catches your eye.
Meet me here at this time. That's about all you can do.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark.
Hey, Gencon was real fun this year. It was highlighted by the fact that I didn't have to go stand in line for 45 minutes at FFG to buy anything, which actually was a good thing.
Right.
I had made my list of places I wanted to stop and had it mapped out on a piece of paper. And first person I run into when I walk in is Ryan and his wife and his brother-in-law, who had apparently been in a severe accident and had all sorts of stuff on him. Said he was okay. I guess it was that whole Darth or Lord or whatever thing. The thing that I was looking for most is I'd heard about a week ago about a new game coming out called Unbound, and it was a World War II D-Day deck builder. And I thought, okay, well, it's World War II. Nobody here will want this game. So wandered my way back to booth 2557, which the booth, its whole area was about this wide by this deep. And I walked around the corner, and there was an annoying podcasting girl with some guy in a camera that was talking to one guy about who knows what, and the other guy was busy demoing. So I stood there for 10 minutes, and finally this guy looks up and says, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Do you have any copies of Undaunted?" He said, "No, they sold out early this morning." He says, "We only bring 18 in at a time, so we'll have 18 more tomorrow morning." I'm thinking to myself, great, I'm playing X-Wing tomorrow morning. I'll be there at 9. They open at 10. So at just about 10, I walked up to Wade and I said, "When are pairings going up?" He goes, 10 minutes. I said, "Cool." So I zoom out the door. I'm right there at row 2500. Zoom back, and they're sold out.
Oh.
So play 37 hours of X-Wing to get a card. And I finished 5th out of the Resistance. And then Tyler decided, "Hey, Coach is having this party. It's not too far away. I'm pretty sure. Let's go." And I'm sure. Let's go. And so
we'll get into that.
We stagger over there forever. And
it wasn't that far away.
No, the time spent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll get into that.
Finally, Will and Tim and I get home, and Tyler doesn't go with us.
Oh, no, he was mine for the night.
I found him the next morning in the fetal position. Yeah.
No, tell the whole thing. That was the best part.
I wake up about 7:30, and I've had about 5 hours sleep, and I'm the old guy. I got to go pee, and I get up and look down, and there's my son under the air conditioner in the fetal position, and so I kind of push him.
Clothes.
No, he was.
He undressed himself. All right,
he was undressed.
He won the challenge then.
And I nudged him, and he kind of opened one eye. I said, "Get in bed. I'm going to get in the shower." And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa." So I go take my shower. I come out. Well, he's found 2 pillows, but he's still in the fetal position under there. And I come over and nudge him again. I said, "I'm going to go down and get something to eat. Why don't you get in bed?" Whoa, 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 whoa. So I come out of the bathroom again. He's actually in bed now, covered up. And anyway, Tim and Will and I get up, and I said, if we halfway make time, I can be there when the doors open. And they're going, "Oh yeah, you want to go get that game?" I said, "Yeah, I'd really like to." So we get there about 9:45, and I work my way the length of the hall to the far doors.
Ooh.
And they open the doors. It's 5 till. And everybody's starting to,
you can't run.
That nudging. I had almost thought about getting into a 3-point stance and waiting for that 10 to come and then just go. But when the bell rang, I just stepped into the current and let the current pull me through the doors. And I found an opening. I planted my left foot, made a pivot, headed straight down there, and I got the 12th one. So
nice.
I scored Undaunted, and it's a wonderful game in its simplicity, but boy, there's a lot of strategy to it, and there's a whole bunch of scenarios, and you can change all the war game stuff around and whatnot. But I think I picked up about 4 games, which was plenty, and got to see a ton of people. The Canadians assaulted me this year.
Canadians were heavy this year,
and they were a lot of fun.
Yeah,
and
they were.
I made a special issue Canadian poker chip just for them. I think I did about 12 or 15. Yes,
but you didn't make them red and white. Like that's what
I did.
I even told you to do that. Like that's our colors, man. Black. They get a fuck you in black. That's what they get.
Black like my
soul.
They get that, eh?
Eh?
Hey,
Oh no,
So-
Tristan and the whole group, they were fucking awesome.
Oh, they were great. They were great, and they were almost Minion-esque.
No,
They
a
were
little
like-
bit,
like
weren't
my-
they?
They were like my Matthew Evans, who couldn't make it this year. And
Yeah, fuck you,
almost like-
Matthew, by the way.
hey, he's studying for his test so he can keep his job. Okay, so I'm cutting
No
him some slack.
excuses.
No excuses.
All right, to hell with it.
Minions are minions, Mark.
That's
I
true.
mean,
You know, and since I didn't, amazingly enough, I didn't make it to day 2. Sunday, stop it.
Not enough Y wings.
So I didn't have any.
right? He didn't.
So I was able to get up early Sunday morning and come home and fall asleep on the couch.
Wasn't that nice?
So, yeah. Actually, when Dion was streaming, I typed in there and said, "Hey, Dion, I'm home on the couch." Ha ha ha. But that was my Gen Con. I mean, the social side of it was excellent. I didn't eat near as much as what I thought I would have, because it was like I had breakfast and you just never got lunch. So you just ate twice a day.
You don't eat at Gen Con. You just, if there's food near you, you grab it.
Or somebody walks by and says, "Anybody want the rest of these nachos?"
Yeah, they're like 4 hours old. You're like, well, it doesn't taste any different than when they fresh came out of there anyway. So,
So yeah, it was a real good time.
So I did not sign up for anything this year for Gen Con. I have done 6 or 7 years of Gen Con where it's always an X-Wing day, and then it's a Battletech day, and then it's an X-Wing day, and then I never get to go to the vendor hall, and it's just nuts. So this year I didn't sign up for jack shit. And to tell you the truth, I'm kind of happy on the X-Wing side, because if you would have seen the faces on people that got done with the 7 rounds of X-Wing, which they started at what, 9:30?
10.
10. They went from the first day was okay. First of all, there was 256 spots.
We had 100.
The first day was 118,
100.
Yep.
Okay.
and they still went 7 rounds. Had an hour lunch break, and they didn't get done till 11:30
30.
at
Yeah,
night.
that was excessive.
Oh no shit.
There's no fucking reason for that. I mean, everyone was just gone. Just not there. The second day, I think they only had 76. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Chico, but 76 people in 7 rounds of X-Wing. Does that not almost break Swiss?
It
Day
really.
Day 1 broke Swiss. 7 rounds isn't necessary until like over 140 or 50 people.
Yeah.
So I talked to
So-
Wade about this. Like, I actually went up to him and I said, "I'd like to give you like serious feedback here." I wasn't trying to joke around or anything. I was like, to be honest, like I'm not sure your reasoning behind needing to do 7 rounds. I know that's what was marketed and advertised for the event, and you probably decided to stick with it. But I think it's definitely too much unless you actually numerically are required to do it based upon your regular structure. And he agreed. He said he was going to, like, he had the option to change it just to 6 and still do the same style. X and 1s make the cut, just like before. But he decided to stick with what was set up, marketed, advertised, and go with the 7 rounds. That's just what it was. So, and a lot of it was also based on the fact that Sunday being the day that they did the cut, they only had 5 rounds that they could do in the cut. So if they actually maxed out on the amount of people in day 1 and day 2, because tickets were actually still available during Gen Con for people to buy and be in the X-Wing event, they had to make sure, since those were open, that they didn't accidentally get to a point where they had to do more than 5 rounds of a top cut.
Yeah. And FFG did it all weird this year. Usually it's Thursday, first flight, Friday, second flight, Saturday, it's done and over with. I mean, in one aspect, I like the way they did Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I mean, I'm never going to be able to make Sunday because I always have to leave early in order to make it home by midnight. But it was an interesting format, and
having finals on Sunday sucks.
Yeah, that's just not a good idea.
Well, it's kind of a bummer because, like, I lost. Spoiler alert: I didn't win. So I made the cut, didn't win. But it's weird how it was nice to lose and be like, I can go home and not end up getting home super late.
Yeah.
For the people who win, like, Sunday's the day to travel back home. And if you're like, I want to win, but I also want to get home, for people who have to even make flights, that sucks.
Well, it's the same thing with, like, last year, what they did on Saturday. Like, you make it to day 2 and you're like, Saturday, yeah, okay. And then you lose, you're like, oh, I got a whole Saturday of Gencon open. So you don't really feel that bad. But, whatever. It's also like I wasted all of Thursday to just lose one game on Saturday. Whatever. It's the way they're going to do it, and they're going to do it. It's FFG. But so I was going to do this whole thing. I was going to make a group, because I'm always sick and tired of people whining about, oh, you guys went over here, or I was over here and we didn't have dinner over here, and this and that. And you hear that all the time from people in the community, like, oh, I wish we could have all gotten together. So I one-upped everybody and just said, screw it. Friday night, 9:00. I didn't realize X-Wing was going to go till fucking midnight. But so as the good host that I was there at Coach's Tavern. Shout out to them. They are fantastic. Ben, you are the best bartender ever. Just had to get that out there, because he is. Inconveniently, his shift ended at like 10, about an hour before everyone showed up. And then the owner showed up, Adam, I believe his name was. So I was like, dude, I'm Coach. I'm a little drunk right now, so don't get worried if people start calling me Coach when there's like 30 people coming in and like I'm the center of attention. And he's just sitting there going like, sure, buddy. You keep telling yourself that. Because at that time, I'm sitting by myself at the corner of the bar because no one showed up yet. Except for a huge shout out, Carlos from Florida Man does X-Wing podcast.
Yeah, Carlos is awesome.
Carlos and his wife are fantastic human beings. And we're going to have, in the future, we're going to have the whole Florida Man cast on. Hopefully one of these days for a
I would
fun,
do it.
let's just drunk and drink beer fun cast. So
Sooner rather than later, found out that Carlos's wife is having twins.
Yeah, no, I knew that. She told me. I was like, come on, let me buy your wife a drink. Come on, let me do it. He's like, no, you can't. I'm like, come on, it's Coach. Let me do it. She's like, no, she's pregnant. I'm like, ah. And she's like, with twins. I'm like, oh. Yeah.
If it was only one, booze
healthy
it up,
babies. So I says, you're fucked because twins are gonna suck ass. I says, at least I'll have somebody to play with all the time. That's the one good thing. But no, Carlos was fantastic. But no, I sat by myself for a long time, and then a bachelorette party came in, and I was like, this sounds like my kind of group. And I just inserted myself right in there. We had a blast for the 2 rounds of shots, and then they were gone. But
did you lead with, "Hey girls, I'm Coach"?
I said, "Hey girls, I'm famous." I did. I literally did that. So this girl walks up, right? This 24-ish-year-old girl walks up. And she has 5 credit cards in her hand. And I'm looking at, like, she's right next to me. And I'm like, the fuck you got 5 credit cards for? She's like, well, these 4 shots are on this one. These 6 shots are on this one. These 7 shots are on this one. And 5 shots. And she just goes down and divvies up shots on credit cards. I go, this is not how things are done. No. No.
One person pays for it, and then
One
spends
person
3
pays
months
per bar.
convincing everybody else to pay them via PayPal.
And
One
she goes, well,
person pays
who are
per
you?
bar.
I was like, I'm famous, bitch. I know what I'm talking about. she just gave me one of those like, is he really famous? Or
Well,
I'm gonna
if
just
you-
play the whole thing up.
later.
If
And
you
then
wait 2
everyone-
hours, you'll see how famous I am.
It only takes about 10 minutes for me to really incorporate myself into any group of people. And it only took about 5 for this one. And the picture was had, and I was having a great time. Turns out it only took one girl to sign everyone's fucking credit card slip and give the worst tips I've ever seen in my entire life. She just went $2, $2, $2, $2, $2. I'm like, no. Oh, Ben got fucked on that transaction. But no, then everyone finally shuffled in, showed up, and it was a great time. Oh, Tristan and the Canadians were a great time. First Marcel and Kayla.
Has Kayla's restraining order come in yet?
Oh, my restraining order against Kayla? No, it's still in the mail.
No,
The hell happened?
She is a betrayer.
Oh, the sticker.
Yeah, she's like, oh, is this the last sticker? And I was like, yes, it's the last sticker that I own. Maybe I said it was the last sticker, period, because we weren't printing anymore. It was one of the old ones, and she was really excited. So we're going to take a video of her betraying Gold Squadrons, tearing off the Gold Squadron sticker and slapping on the OCX, you know? It was going to be great. And then she tore off the Gold Squadron and then shoved the OCX sticker into her box and just laughed. I'm like, no, that's not cool.
I
But
found a
then,
small stack of stickers myself recently.
I mean, I'm not going to go too much into it because things happened, and there was a good group of us that continued the night past Coach's Tavern. And let's just say we all had a good time, and no one was seriously hurt.
Okay.
Did you come home with any
feeling
traffic
or
cones?
personal body. I
How
don't think
many-
anyone's feelings were hurt.
How many years strong is that one sticker still there for?
Oh, so 3 years in running so far, and then fucking Patrick and Padre had to go ruin it and deface it with a recon specialist sticker, which is
really?
obviously going to, like, I think the crew at the Indianapolis Convention Center just kind of went, you know what? Fuck it. We already took 17 of them down. That one can stay. But now that there's a new sticker on it, they're going to, like, make it their life's ambition to tear all the stickers off. And sadly, there will probably not be a 4th year. If there is a 4th year, though, I'm not wheeling Padre's wheelchair over there to take a picture next to it because I did enough of that at Gencon. Speaking of Recon Specialist and Shuttle Tidarium, they had a fucking awesome event at the Lucas Oil Stadium. And I don't know how many of you guys made it to the Lucas Oil Stadium. Anybody?
Nope.
It's super weird. Like, you walk into the football stadium, and on the field, it's just tables and tables of gaming going on. And people are, like, sitting in the stands, just, like, chilling out, watching everybody. It's super quiet for some reason. I think that's how the stadium's built, but it was awesome. It was very, very cool. So, Padre almost died on me when we first met him. I mean,
Jeez.
and not in the funny, like, haha, he was so overwhelmed with seeing Coach in person. Like, no, he literally almost died. It was close. Yeah, it was fucking close. He's like popping pills and taking time things. And like the entire Shuttle Tidarium people are like, is he going to die? Fuck, is he going to die? And I'm like, he'll be fine. You're going to be fine, right? He's like, hey, he'll be fine. So, yeah, that was fun. Don't ever fucking do that to me again, Padre. But the rest of Gen Con was awesome. I met so many people. I met so many people that I literally was just standing next to a table, and Tommy goes, "Excuse me, I need you to move." And then I looked over at Tommy Adams, like, "Tommy!" He's like, "Coach!" And I'm like, "Oh, yay!" Where the fuck did Mark go?
Whoa, I don't know.
He must have ran out of data.
Oh,
They said he had unlimited.
guess that T-Mobile ain't quite what they say it is it?
He said it was a work thing. Maybe he just got fired.
Oh,
Whoa.
anyway.
I mean,
Gencon was fantastic. I definitely am going to be doing the best part of X-Wing Party again next year. And hey, who knows? Maybe even the crates will show up to that one because they seem to be pretty reclusive when it comes to any public meetings with anyone that they're not actually have to be there at. But
that's like Chris in general. Like,
right?
you get him in real life, and he's like, he's got that look like he's terrified that somebody's actually gonna act cratish around him.
And so Topsky leaves that bar place that we met at Panatros. Permani's. And then he's like, oh, hey, by the way, Zach Matthews just left. I was like, oh, shit, I got to go say hi to Zach. And then fucking Jerry Russell and Grassler and Chris Allen walk up. And he's like, Boomer? And he like lifts my hair up to check my fucking balding line like he did to everyone else. I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. But hi, Chris. How are you today? So anyway, next year we'll get him. We'll get him, boys. But anyway, so let's we got some time here. We got about 20 minutes. Let's go into Topsky's and possibly Mark if he's good to go. Oh, nope. Let's delete that. How was your X-Wing? How did the tournament in your eyes shape up?
For Mark or me?
For you.
Oh,
Topsky.
shaped up this well. I ended up, so funny story. I was going to bring a completely different list. I had two lists packed, both are resistance. One of them was one I've been playing in trials. Another one was like something I had noticed that seemed pretty good. I'm like, 7 rounds out of the day, it's a lot easier to fly a bunch of ships in formation than a bunch of ships separately trying to make boxes and kill things. So I ended up going with the list with probably the most undercosted ship I've seen in 2nd edition, Finn in the escape pod. He could be super cheap with just heroic, or he could be Fat Finn with heroic, pattern analyzer, and perceptive co-pilot, which is still only 43 points, and he's hard to kill and does a lot of damage. Well, can do good damage. It's consistent. Him at 2 agility with his ability and perceptive co-pilot is better than a 3 agility ship mathematically, defensively. So I started 1-1. First loss was to Juke Rexler, and 2 Juke Sigmas, Phantoms, and they're just hard to pin down. It's made it a close game. So after 1-1, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna hope that I get dial covers at the top 4 resistance. There were only, I think our day had only 12 or less resistance players, like a pretty solid chance. I'm going to
break in here 1 minute. To tell you the truth, if I knew that I didn't fully get the whole top faction thing, if I knew that was a thing, if I wasn't that hungover Saturday morning, I would have definitely been in for the scum.
Yeah, I think Saturday had less scum than the first.
Oh, they had 2. I think they had like 2 or 3 scum players.
I'm looking through it really quick.
And my triple Shadow Port Hunter list would have taken them all down.
Yeah, I'm not seeing. All right, so
but you can't put job on that.
No, you can't. But you can put 3 perceptive co-pilots and a dead man switch on them.
Unless someone forgot to put their list in here as scum. The first scum list I see on Saturday was 4 cartel executioners with crack shot, contraband, cybernetics, and holocrate. That's 4 chemogillas.
Yeah,
they were all 4. They were 4 and 3.
Kyle Stoos salutes that man. I can tell you that right now.
The second highest scum were 5 Seeks and Drea with dorsal turret. 4 of the Seeks.
That one was on stream. It was amazing.
4 of the Seeks had auto blaster cannons. I think there's something to that list. I think.
Really?
By the way. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, Drea provides rerolls, and
Yeah.
like they don't have to be together, and some of them are going to just end up not being in the attacker's firing arc, which means if they roll a crit, you can't defend against that. Like,
yeah.
You just
Just
roll
like,
the,
you're gonna take it, baby. You're gonna take it.
so
Fight down and going in dry.
I'm going in dry.
So, the rest of the day, for day 1A, I won all my games after the 1-1 start. It's really, I was surprised that I don't tend to string together that many straight games of victory. So I like when it was 7 rounds, I started 1-1. I'm like, all right, I'm probably gonna like my luck. I'm gonna get to 5. I'm gonna get to like 5-1. I'm gonna be 5-2 and lose. But I surprisingly one of my matchups was against a tie swarm, and I beat that, and I shouldn't because I'm a jousting list and it outjousts me. But I did play all right, Bastion and Snap don't need to be next to them. They're just in a box to put pressure when jousting other lists. So I flexed them out, created a circle around the tie swarm, and traded Finn for Howlrunner. And then 3 full T70s left to clean up the rest of the swarm, which worked. It's not always going to work, but it did.
Yeah.
So, and I ended up, I remember all my, oh yeah, you like this one. So I think Marcel might have been mad at me, and this is why the sticker thing happened. I faced him in the last round, and he was actually a pair down for me.
Right.
But because of the faction prizes, he was at that point the highest placed rebel player.
No.
Yeah. And the only guy behind him at the time was I think Biophysical, Michael Simon.
Wait.
Will Barnacle.
There?
Oh no, my bad. Will Barnacle, and both of them were close. But Will
Was
Barnacle
Michael there?
Yeah.
What the fuck, Biophysical?
I mean, you weren't there the whole time.
I mean, I was there enough. I mean, shit.
But yeah, I think it was my bad. It was actually mostly Will Barnacle that was gunning for it. Maybe Michael Simon was day 1B, but whatever.
Or did I meet him? Ooh, I might have met him. Never mind.
So Marcel had his Super Alpha Strike, Wedge, Corrin, and AP5 with Leia, and then the Proton Torpedoes, the Regen Droids, all that. He accepted the joust, and he was 1 health away from killing my Bastion off the joust, which, because Bastion was left alive, I then returned fire and just killed Luke straight up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sad panda.
Yeah. So, and that was my game to make cut, but that was also his game to win the Rebel templates. At the same time,
Will's playing Kayla.
correct.
And Kayla gets introduced to, if you have a whole lot of pilot skill 3 ships and oh come on, help me out.
Selfless.
And he has a whole lot of pilot skill 4s.
And rebel oh hell. He keeps taking damage.
Damage sharing
Biggs.
Biggs.
Big selfless,
And
all that stuff.
she does like 9 or 10 points of damage to Biggs in 1 round. And she's like going, is this right? Is this right? And Will's going, yeah, that's the way it works. So they call the judge over, and the judge says, yeah, that's how it works. And she was like, this is not right. I don't think this is right.
This is not right.
And she kept rolling hips, and Biggs kept, bring them on over here.
Yeah, she had the unfortunate situation of, well, all my ships are going to shoot at the same time, and that's really good for Biggs, because Biggs can just eat them all up, and he'll just die. He won't be removed until that initiative round is over.
Because he doesn't get removed. Oh, fuck.
Shit. and Will actually
Suck
kind of
it,
felt bad
Kayla.
about
That's
that.
what you get for betraying the OCX.
So and I think Kayla was also potentially like playing for the chance to be top first order if Chris Allen
was.
would have like lost or something.
She was. Yeah.
Both Marcel and Kayla lost their chances to be top of faction. Both ended up with dial covers, but with the loss to Will, with Will beating Kayla and me beating Marcel, both of them as a couple lost a lot in that last round.
And Will ended up 32nd overall and got the templates. So
No wonder.
got the full set.
No wonder they didn't go to bed till 4 a.m. that night.
By the way,
Was there anybody who got the template tray but wasn't high enough to get the
Yes.
templates?
yes, there was one
was
or
a
two people.
The scum player
ridiculous.
from day 2.
Now, why would that be a thing? I mean, that looks gorgeous.
Now,
but I mean,
I love that template tray. The templates themselves don't really excite me.
Yeah, they're nothing like crazy special, but yeah, the template tray itself is pretty cool. So you have
That's
your
pretty
faction
tight.
emblem, it's resistance.
how can you tell?
Because the rebel one apparently, because I looked at it and like the rebel one was the more battered and scraped up one,
Oh,
which is weird because I feel like the rebels were a larger military organization than the resistance.
exactly. I would think there's a little more money behind the. Well, I don't.
I will say for people who played First Order and got this set, it looks way better for First Order because of the black and silver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
can
at least
see
they
that.
could have made it.
Oh, so they were all black and silver?
All were black and silver.
Yeah. Well.
So we also found out prize-wise that the top 32 overall damage decks and the ion
they weren't there.
acrylic tokens weren't there. And I've emailed who I needed to at FFGOP and
Good fucking luck with
get
that.
them mailed to me. So damage decks aren't anything crazy with Continental. They're just some
Faction specific.
No, it's not even faction specific. It's overall. It's the Grand Championships that have the faction specific ones.
I would say overall, FFG laid a giant fucking egg at Gen Con this year. It was.
Besides not having two of the prizes, the overall prize support for Gen Con, though, was phenomenal.
Well, but also just. They didn't have anything that they said they was. I mean, this is the first Gen Con that I can remember that they didn't have a Wave 5 pre-release. They didn't have
Like
the
they
Legion
didn't
shit.
pre-release anything?
No.
Huh.
No.
They didn't
Well, I
have
know that
shit on
there
hand.
were people selling like early like Legion and stuff like that, but I mean not X-Wing.
Because there were 10 people that got Legion sets.
Only
Literally
10?
10 people.
Oh wow! So that's why Grasser was selling it at a premium.
Yes.
Oh.
Like,
except on Saturday, they came up with a bunch more.
right.
And if you randomly walked in, you could get a core set.
You just fucking randomly walk in. You're like, hey, I'm here for the Star Wars Legion core set. You guys got any? They're like, oh, you're in luck. We just got a whole fucking shitload in. But don't tell anyone.
Oh, Coach, by the way, you want to get Kyle back into the game? You want to hear what the only undefeated list was in the entire Gen Con Swiss day 1 or 2?
I think I know what this one was.
So it doesn't have Chemogilos, unfortunately, but it does have,
But I
believe,
know what it
one of
has.
the other favorite ships. 3 Cartel Marauders, the Curax fighters,
And wait for it.
Torkel with Moldy Crow, and Captain Seavor.
Oh, that's not the Jabba one?
No,
Oh, I thought the Jabba one went like 6-1.
there was another scum
On
list.
Thursday, he was flying a fucking YV666 with Jabba, and I was like, yes.
He might have
And
been
they're
five,
like, he's undefeated. And I'm like, what?
he might have been 5-2 because the other scum 6-1 was Ketsu Ulterok Cavill.
Oh shit!
Let me find it for you real quick though. It shouldn't be too far
I
down.
knew
It's
it!
safe to say.
Fucking knew it. One of these days, Jabba was going to
From
be
one
popping.
A,
Mm-hmm.
the word Jabba does not exist in day 1A for List Fortress.
It's because it's Paul Lewis at 28 and he didn't fill it out. He got he ended up with 4 wins.
He was ashamed.
Shame. He was shamed.
But yeah, if Kyle doesn't mind running Curax fighters, he can run 3 of them: Torkel with Moldy Crow and Captain Seavor.
Yeah, I saw that.
7-0.
That list looked. Ooh.
It's
Like
mean.
anything to get a Keurig on the board because they're so sad.
They're less sad.
I
2
think
points
I've
cheaper
flown
now.
one in the history of my X-wing play.
Thursday night we had a pod, and Will Barnacle flew 5 Curexes, all with dead man switches, and beat Tyler. And actually, he won the pod, I think, that evening.
Nice.
Against Ryan Farmer and Chris Allen and Tyler. And I didn't see those guys. I was down at the other end of the table.
Thanks for the invite.
And
If we're going
Kiefer.
to do a podcasters fucking like little mini tournament, like
Oh,
thanks.
you were doing something somewhere else. Or
And Victor
drinking or
passed
something.
out on the side.
Yeah. He's passed out on the table.
No, that was Marcel Friday morning.
Oh no, that was Marcel's Saturday morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
morning.
Saturday
Everyone's like, "Where's
morning.
Marcel?" I'm like, he might still be in bed.
Over there.
It was my bad. Hell, fucking Tyler didn't even show up till noon.
That's the advantage of
This is-
playing.
He came in
the-
here. He came in walking all like, "Nothing's wrong, guys. I don't have a massive hangover right now."
That's the
Like,
advantage of
the
playing
fuck
day
if you
1A, not 1B.
For those of you in the know, the password is Stay Puff. Just letting you know. Stay Puff. You can ask Tyler or Marcel about that. Maybe not Marcel. He might not remember.
To wrap
I
it up,
didn't even remember. I had to be told.
to wrap up the overall run real quick, top 14 was the final amount of people who got 6-1. I was unfortunately third overall, so I didn't get my little first round bye. I played the first game, which was against Anakin. It wasn't Carson. It was Josh Benjamin. He ran Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Rick. Kind of similar to what Carson did, but with a lot less points because he had a 19-point bid. He was at 181. Bid didn't matter against me. I was similar to my only other loss in the weekend. I was 1 health away from victory. Not from killing. I killed enough. He just got 1 more health to get half on Finn. So it's hard to track. Jedi hard to track down. So
Yeah. Big shout out to Carson Ray. Yay.
yay.
Yay. Boy, the memes just
Collusion.
came out like crazy.
His podcast brother was a judge.
That's
Clearly
true.
true.
Fucking true.
These are the things we don't talk about.
I think we need the Illuminati to get into that one.
Actually, I just thought about it. I'd be curious if that final round, if at 75 minutes, who was winning at that point. Because there's been a little bit of discussion is like, why is the final round 2 hours?
It used to be completely untimed, but then because of BS with having like so many regen ships, they didn't want to get into an infinite game where people just get into a stalemate of who's going to pass out and get slow play called on them first.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it does seem really, I mean, I get why they're afforded a little more time to try and make the game go to conclusion, but it does end up favoring certain list archetypes more than others in some aspect. So, not to say that's the reason Carson won. I'm just curious as to what the game state was around 75 minutes.
Cheating.
120 minus 75.
It's like some sort of minutes. No,
45.
super happy about Carson winning the whole thing. If he deserves it. He's been playing forever. Has he ever won anything?
At
like
the 45-minute mark, Carson had 55 points. Matt Curry had 24.
Ooh.
So Carson was still winning.
So way to go, Carson.
So
You are the winner.
also taps, tie advanced prototypes, big deal. They don't need to go down anymore.
I
What,
believe that's another one I called. Like
I don't
the
remember that.
fucking regular well, that's a long time ago. That's almost a year ago that I called that. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't blame everyone for not believing.
The concern with them was always like, yeah, we knew they were hard to kill, but we also didn't care that they shot us because they just didn't do enough damage for the points that they had. Points come down a little bit, access to Gendon, sense got a little cheaper, and now we have 3 of them, one of them being the Grand Inquisitor and 2 regular Inquisitors with concussion missiles.
Yeah.
And FCS.
Then they turn into pretty Mark, before we go to commercial, do you have any memorable matches?
Is that as bad for you as it is for me?
Yep, Robot Coach.
Robot Coach. What did he say?
Hey, Mark, how about you go into any rant you have before commercial? Go.
I went 3-4. I won my first game. I couldn't kill Vader the next 2 games. 4th game, lost. 5th game, I actually had a meltdown in the middle of the game with the player across from me.
Wait, what?
He was rolling. He was playing with outer rim dice, and rolled something like 15 straight hits without modifiers.
Wait, so non-official FFG dice?
Oh no! I called a judge over, and he said, "Oh no, those are official."
Oh.
To which Patrick grabbed 3 of them and threw them, and threw 2 blanks. And folks says, "Oh, those are okay." And
so how do you know that they were unofficial dice?
I didn't say they were unofficial dice; they were outer rim dice.
Oh,
yeah, the outer rim.
Yeah,
game.
they count. Oh,
And-
we're offline because Coach went off. Fucking hell.